Dejah Hood was found dead behind the Holly Tree apartment complex on Tuesday. Police say she was killed by a man who lived there.
Tyler, Texas, a city nestled in the heart of East Texas, lived Dejah Hood, an 18-year-old brimming with vibrancy and compassion amidst the warmth of a close-knit community. Her dreams painted a future filled with promise, her nurturing spirit touched the lives of many, and her loving heart seemed to know no bounds. But, as is often the case, life can take an unexpected and dark turn. Tragedy would soon cast its long shadow over Dejah's world, shattering the peace of her community. It all began when she went missing after spending time with a friend, a harrowing tale that would eventually unravel into a shocking and heart-wrenching story of betrayal, confession, and an unimaginable reason that led to her untimely demise. What drives a person to take the life of someone they once called a friend? Join us as we delve into the chilling and perplexing narrative of Dejah Hood's life and the events that shook her loved ones to their core, leaving even seasoned detectives baffled. Welcome to Off the Wall Crimes, Lost Souls Edition. Hit the subscribe button and bell to be notified of more off-the-wall crime stories. Tyler, Texas, is a city known for its welcoming atmosphere and friendly residents that reflect the warm spirit of Texas. It's a place where neighbors become friends, and hospitality is a way of life. Dejah Shanice Hood, an 18-year-old living in Tyler, Texas, stood out as an exceptional person. Her reputation was built on her kind-heartedness and the deep connections she nurtured with her loved ones. Dejah's heart brimmed with love and compassion, frequently taking on a nurturing role among her friends. This caring nature extended to all those she encountered, while she pursued her career aspirations with determination. Dejah possessed an enthusiasm for hairstyling, installing wigs, and exploring diverse creative endeavors. She was a youthful individual overflowing with ambition and a strong drive to leave her imprint on the world. On Monday, Dejah went missing, following a day spent with friends. Her sudden disappearance plunged her family and friends into a harrowing state of panic and despair. It was highly unusual for her not to respond to calls or keep people informed about her whereabouts. Fearing the worst, her mother, Lakita Jordan, reached out to the Tyler police in a desperate attempt to locate her missing daughter. Alarming concerns continued to mount as Dejah failed to return home and remained unresponsive to calls and text messages from worried family members. In their distress, her loved ones officially reported her as missing at 12:40 a.m. on Tuesday. Among the friends who had accompanied Dejah was 19-year-old Jamoria Jermaine Britton. The following day, which was Tuesday, around 1 p.m., law enforcement officers visited Britton's apartment to conduct an inquiry. Upon their initial arrival at his residence, they noticed the word "loser" had been spray-painted on the wall near the entrance. Britton asserted that his ex-girlfriend had applied the paint a few days earlier. Upon closer inspection of the spray-painted markings, the officers identified a reddish substance, reminiscent of a bloodstain, within the carpet's fibers. Britton subsequently clarified that the bloodstain had resulted from his dog and attributed it to a recent medical issue the animal had encountered, citing a recent medical problem the animal had experienced. A chilling revelation occurred when they stumbled upon the lifeless body of Dejah Hood. She had been hidden within trash bags, tightly secured with tape, and enveloped in a bedsheet. This disturbing find was located behind the Holly Tree apartment complex in the creek bed where Britton lived. Initially, Britton offered a contradictory description of the events preceding Dejah's vanishing. According to his narrative, on that specific day, he had picked up Dejah from her apartment, accompanied by a 1-year-old child under her care. His purpose was to enlist her help in preparing his apartment for a relocation. Britton's narrative continued as Dejah briefly stepped out of his apartment to talk with someone in a black Chevrolet pickup. When she returned, Britton asserted that Dejah had informed him of her intention to depart, and she would be taking the child with her. During his conversation with investigators, Britton ultimately confessed to the murder of his friend, Dejah, and the subsequent disposal of her remains. He explained that he had grappled with feelings of anger prior to the murder. Britton offered a comprehensive and deeply unsettling narrative of the atrocious deeds he had carried out, revealing the horrific circumstances surrounding the tragic end of Dejah Hood. During the investigation, Britton disclosed that, while Dejah and the child were in his apartment, he found himself alone in the kitchen, contemplating his ex-girlfriend and their breakup. He confessed to succumbing to an overwhelming outburst of rage, which drove him to brutally attack Dejah, smashing her head with a wine bottle and hitting her with the hammer until the handle broke and then strangle her. In a disturbing confession, Britton revealed that his anger was triggered when Dejah playfully tugged at his ear, a gesture reminding him of his ex-girlfriend. Thinking that Dejah had passed away, Britton considered taking his own life with a gun in hand. However, an unexpected knock on his door by a neighbor disrupted his intentions. In a desperate attempt to hide the crime scene, Britton concealed the situation from the visitor, stating that he was okay. Then, he drove the child back to Dejah's mother's apartment before returning to his own residence. In a startling revelation, Britton also admitted that he made a gruesome discovery upon his return. He alleged that Dejah was still alive at the time, and in a horrifying act, he claimed to have stabbed her with a kitchen knife multiple times. Afterward, he wrapped her lifeless body in multiple layers of trash bags, tape, and a bedsheet. Britton then disposed of Dejah's remains by throwing them over a fence and attempting to conceal them beneath a layer of leaves. Investigators made a significant breakthrough when they observed Britton's vehicle parked nearby. Inside, they found muddy shoes and latex gloves that closely resembled those discovered near the ravine where a Tyler police officer eventually found Dejah's body. It had been hidden behind a safety fence. The police also discovered evidence in Britton's vehicle that matched the evidence recovered near Dejah's body. Ultimately, an arrest warrant has been issued. Britton is currently facing a murder charge and has been placed in custody at the Smith County Jail, with a bond set at $1 million. The shocking turn of events of Dejah Hood's story teaches us that betrayal can come from individuals we may consider friends or acquaintances, and betrayal can come from unexpected places. The unsettling and sorrowful circumstances of this case have left the community reeling in shock and grief in the aftermath of Dejah Hood's untimely passing. A truly positive and genuine soul whose absence will be deeply felt by everyone. Her story emphasizes the significance of surrounding ourselves with trustworthy and dependable friends and acquaintances. It underscores the unpredictable nature of human behavior and the importance of being vigilant and cautious in our interactions. It also suggests the possibility of underlying mental health issues, emphasizing the importance of mental health awareness and support systems. Thanks for watching Off the Wall Crimes, Lost Souls Edition. I will see you in the next video.